I'm 25 years old, but I've been tinkering with technology ever since I was 8. I'm what you call a real nerd. No, really, real nerd. Just so you get the picture, I proposed to my wife, Tania, using a custom-made 3D printed ring and a drone that writes with light in the sky. Like many of my tech-inclined friends, I was on the fast track to the high-tech business world, following what has become our society's model for success. But I was fortunate enough to have had the framework and opportunity that allows me to dedicate myself into working in the space of tech for social change. For me, that involves some of the biggest issues and opportunities facing our society today. This is Stel. Stel was a promising diplomat, filling posts around the world. In her early 30s, a car ran her off the road, and that accident left her paralyzed in the right half side of her body. Since then, Stel must use a walker to get around. You see, the walker allows her to continue and be independent, but it only gets her so far. Stel's biggest challenge is stairs. When facing stairs, Stel is no longer independent and must be assisted. Stel's challenge is one of the countless challenges that people living with disabilities face every day all around the world. 1 in 10 people in the world lives with a disability. These are our family, friends, neighbors. I'm sure many of you sitting here today know someone that lives with a disability. You know, one of the most common things about these challenges is that they are only being partially addressed by technology, and many times can be improved dramatically by applying relatively simple solutions. We live in a world where every day there is a new gadget or connected device. And we possess unprecedented access to technology. Yet these challenges that affect large portions of humanity sometimes don't represent a large enough market from a financial point of view, and other times are simply not seen. Yes, these challenges of so many people around us are just not visible. And what is invisible is neglected. Our world and our technology are advancing rapidly, but leaving too many of us behind. In a city such as Tel Aviv, San Francisco, Sao Paulo, tens of thousands of individuals work in the high-tech sector. We, brilliant coders, talented engineers, gifted designers, typically work 9 to 5. You know, let's be honest, 9 to 9. We are the people pushing technology in this unprecedented rate. And many of us yearn to apply our skills and talent into social change. Yet, too often, we get bogged down in our daily grind, bound by our frameworks, commitments, jobs, but the desire is there. It is in human nature to want to change the world. So what do we have? We have a group of people with a real need that understand their struggle clearly. Let's call them need knowers. And we have a group of people with the talent, resources, and desire to change the world. Let's call them makers. Meet Tom. Tom is not a person. It's an event, a process, and a framework that was developed by the leading Israeli strategy group focused on social issues, the Reut Institute. Tom takes these two distinct groups of people and puts them in the same room for 72 hours at a time and gives them everything they might need in order to tackle these challenges. So think of a crazy technological workshop with 3D printers, laser cutters, any digital fabrication and raw material that you can think of. TOM is where makers who are passionate about solving problems work hand in hand with the people living with these problems in their day-to-day lives. We call these events intentional make-a-thons. And they are a structure that stretches beyond a single point in time, and one that our team continues to develop, expand, and improve. TOM stands for Tikkun Olam Makers. And Tikkun Olam is an ancient Jewish expression that literally means fixing the world, but is a value that speaks to our individual commitment into reducing the amount of suffering in the world and leaving it just a little better than we found it. Remember Stell's challenge to walk up the stairs?
I usually walk with a walker. I can't walk without a walker. The problem occurred when I had to climb the stairs in order to get to a restroom on the upper floor, and I didn't have the holder, so it was very, very difficult. They are creating a walker that I will be able to climb on stairs with nothing to hold on, just a walker. It's amazing. I can't lift, so that's why we are creating an idea that is taking a consideration of my disability in order to create the final solution.
Stell's innovative new walker was prototyped by a really talented group of engineers and was designed keeping in mind the ability of Stell's to continue and be independent even while facing stairs. This project and 40 others like it have been developed at TOM Makeathons all around the world over the past 10 months by some of the best teams of engineers, designers, entrepreneurs. Amazingly, they all came there voluntarily. They came there simply because they wanted to do something good. So let's talk some metrics for a moment. 3 events, 10 months. That's TOM Nazareth, the first TOM. Just 3 months after that, TOM Sao Paulo in Brazil with the local government. And 2 months ago, TOM Tel Aviv. This was possible because of 450 selected participants, by the way of the many, many others that applied, that volunteer their time to do so, often taking vacations days on their expense. That directly totals in 32,000 hours of manpower and innovation effort put into social challenges. And the outcome of some 40 prototypes who are continuing their development. One of them, for example, just won the Genesis Generation Prize and got $100,000 for scaling up. For me, it was amazing to see what you can do in 10 months when given the right framework. But this is not enough. It's just the beginning. TOM was designed for scale. And we are partnering today with some of the leading and innovative corporates to make that happen. We are working with 15 communities all around the world to help them do TOM in their location. Amongst ourselves, we call it independently organized TOM events. But don't tell Ted. You see, when given the opportunity, when social challenges get visible, people choose to do good. TOM's methodology can be relevant to many other social issues. But even if we look at the disability population alone, that's 10% of us. 10% of us that can benefit so much more from technology, yet get too little. The world needs more. We need 100 TOMs a year. And we need more frameworks to allow our best and brightest to tackle social challenges. They want it. We need it. But if we get social challenges visible, if we build the frameworks, if we grant the opportunities, we can fix the world. We can reduce the amount of suffering in the world. And we can leave it just a little better than we found it. Thank you.